The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we highlight top professionals who are making waves in the industry. I'm your host, Karen Roberts, and I'm excited to introduce Nancy Aitken, a highly respected real estate expert with over 20 years of experience. Now, Nancy is celebrated for her integrity, her work ethic, and exceptional customer service. She's guided clients through every step of the home buying and selling process, always ensuring a smooth and stress-free experience. Starting her career back in 2002, Nancy spent 9 years helping people build their dream homes in luxury active lifestyle communities, selling over 300 homes. Now she is the proud owner of Community Elite Realty, and she just continues to share her deep expertise in Central Florida's real estate market. So let's dive in to her inspiring story today. Welcome to the show, Nancy.
Oh, well, thank you for having me today, Karen. Delighted to be with you.
And so the listeners always want to hear what inspired you to start your career back in 2002.
Of course. So I have a very interesting story. My background was in corporate human resources. I was in the hotel and resort industry for over 30 years. And I was passionate, loved what I did, loved the people. Loved the opportunity to watch people grow and develop their skills and get promotions. And I loved my life. I had a wonderful opportunity to be relocated all over the country, to travel. But with that was landing in Central Florida. So that was my last corporate move. And as I worked through the process and began seeing some complications with spending my life on the road as my daughter neared her teenage years and needed a little bit more time of mom, I explored the possibility of real estate, something I always had in the back of my mind. In fact, I took a vacation, I got my license, and I parked it in my corporate headquarters and used it to help out with the corporate relocation. So I got the courage. I gave 6 months notice. I hired my replacement and I jumped in full force to do corporate relocation. Okay. It was my niche. It was what I was comfortable with. Okay. So the problem was that I hit the market when the market crashed and there was no one being moved because companies were right sizing and downsizing and laying off. So I reinvented myself, and for a long time, for the next couple of years, worked very diligently in helping people get out of bad situations. And I was known as a short sale queen. I got people out of very difficult situations. It was very emotional, very trying. During that time, I discovered the active lifestyle community. I discovered happiness. I discovered people who were delighted and thrilled to be making their moves and had the opportunity through finding a home for the senior vice president of a community, of an active lifestyle community. And one thing led to another and joined the team. So my career began and I look back not for a moment. It's been absolutely delightful. I now live in an active lifestyle community. I've made friends. I've changed people's lives. And my goal and my mission is to live your best life. So I evolved in closing out the community called Trilogy Orlando, located in Central Florida, and am now the preferred broker for Shea Homes Ocala Preserve, and ventured out into developing my own business, bringing on some incredible talent who share my passion and share my passion of changing people's lives. And that's where we are today. So active lifestyle communities are typically those communities that have age restrictions. Some age restrictions are over 18. Many of them are 45. And there are a few of the older communities that are closed out that are 55 plus. But it's the boomers, it's the zoomers, it's the next movers, the folks who are now sitting in a situation of finding kids have left, the home is their lives have changed, friends are beginning to move away, they're nearing potentially retirement, or since COVID, so many people have the ability to work from home. So they have the latitude to make the move before they retire. And I have embraced and know every community in the area and spend time truly listening to the wants, the needs, the desires of the folks out there and finding them what works for their lifestyle. No one size fits all. So people are happy when they buy, they're happy when they sell, and I love what I do. And I love to develop the friendships. I love to develop the relationships. And my mission is to not only stay with them through the sale or the purchase of their home, but stay with them through their lives and helping guide them and direct them and assist them in many more ways. And you do find that a lot of people move around. Once they land, they find that the home needs to be a little bigger, a little smaller, a better home site, or whatever the case may be. So I encourage folks who have interest to take a look, because it's an exploration. It's a mission that everyone views as their last hurrah, and never plan to move again. And so I know it's very important to get all of the details and really embrace and be educated to make a decision that's right, that feels right.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And what a beautiful area to do that in. So, I mean, you have
Absolutely.
20 years of experience. So how has the real estate industry changed since you began, and how have you adapted to it?
So, I'm a very solution-driven person, and the industry is like any other, like the economy, like any other industry, it ebbs and flows. There are better times than others. We've experienced in this particular time frame some, difficulties in mortgage rates increasing. We enjoyed very low mortgage rates that dropped down below 3% for a nanosecond. And now we're back up to, we have challenges with folks in different parts of their in different parts of the country selling their homes. It's taking longer. It's not as easy as it was in the past. In other areas, it's multiple offers. I just closed on a home that the individuals listed in Connecticut, and in the first hour had multiple offers. One was 60,000 over list. In other communities, it's taking 3, 4, 5 months to sell the home. So we are experiencing challenges, but again, I'm solution driven. I partnered with some amazing financial people, some amazing mortgage people who, again, are very creative in their solutions and have found workarounds to make things happen. If there's a will, there's a way.
Always, always. But
Always.
I mean, you've had so much success. You've sold over 300 homes before launching your own brokerage.
Yes,
so what motivated you to take that leap and start
So,
Community Elite Realty?
well, a big part of it was, again, going back to my roots in human resources. It was not only developing the culture of the company, the culture of the business, and surrounding myself with like-minded people, creating a environment and a company that people could trust. We all want integrity, we want transparency, and we want people that we can trust first and foremost, who are honest and direct and care. So that's been my mission. And I've been very fortunate to attract the best and the brightest. I want to keep it small because the personal touch is very important to me. I don't want to lose sight. I don't want to become that corporation that I love dearly and I was very successful in. But my life has evolved to want to be a part and play a role in each and every person's lives.
Brilliant. So how do you combine your passion for the active adult lifestyle communities with your real estate expertise to provide an exceptional experience for your clients?
My experience is, again, to provide the support, to provide the resources. As you know, here in Florida, we just went through a hurricane. Now, I want people to know that the hurricane isn't all over Florida. Now, of course, being in Central Florida, we do have high winds and we do have some rain. But fortunately, that's the reason that many of us chose Central Florida. We love the beaches, but we love to drive and visit them. We don't want to be the victim of the flooding and the hurricane damage. So, but with that, there is fears that accompany the life. And I continue to make myself the resource. I have a Nancy's pick of vendors who can support, of people who can support. And I'm there for every step of the way when there is an issue post sale. And I tell people I don't leave them. And I honestly and genuinely don't. I probably get multiple calls every day for little things such as, who do you know who's great out there? I want to enclose or expand my lanai, and I can give them the direction, the resources, or people who can help them. So it is forming the relationships. It's helping them find their right fit and their relationships and the things that they love to do. And the wonderful thing about the active lifestyle communities is there is so much. You can find so many things to do and to meet people socially, fitness programs and pickleball and tennis and trips. And, this week we're working very hard in our community for our Pink Party, which is a phenomenal fundraiser for breast cancer, and supporting our survivors and raising funds for the local community to provide the support for friends and family in need of that support and helping people through. So it's an ongoing relationship, and I'm there for them. I'm there for their families, and I'm there for their friends. And often friends do visit and come down. I recently had a gentleman and his wife come down to visit one of my members for a 2-week vacation, and they left with a home. And that's not untypical because they're so quickly embraced in the lifestyle. People are so friendly, and no one is from this particular area. No matter what area they've selected, everyone's coming in new, and they're reaching out to make friends. They're reaching out to know who people are and to understand and remember how frightening it was leaving the security of the community you grew up in, and you knew, where to get your car serviced and how to live life. And suddenly you're thrust into a brand new environment, wondering if you'll fit in. And the support and the culture of these communities are absolutely phenomenal. Again, it's got to be right fit. There are some differences in every community. They have all their unique features and their special features, and everyone's different. And that's why the journey is as important as the decision, to really embrace and understand. The great thing that we have is many opportunities to do what they call stay in plays, to actually experience some of the communities and get to know the folks who live in the communities to determine, again, is it right fit socially? Is it right fit economically? Is it right fit from a standpoint of the level of activities and the HOA dues and, so on and so forth, and location. A lot of the locations are close to Disney. Others want to be close to the ports, close to the airports. And those are all important factors, again, in making that big decision.
And that's why it's so important to have somebody like you on board who sounds like a little bit of a super connector. You're a super connector, Nancy.
You're right about that. You're right about that. Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
So a lot of people that we speak to on here, as you say, there's ebbs and flows. So this year and last year, for some, have been a bit of a struggle. For you, how's it been like for you? How many units did you sell, say, last year?
Well, I am incredibly blessed. I just was on a panel for top performers talking about this demographic with our real estate board. And I have been very, very fortunate with this month alone. I have 6 closings, and that is for my buyers and sellers and in different communities throughout. So I am generally about a $15 to $20 million producer.
Wow.
Right out of the box and continuing to grow. But again, my focus is to as I develop areas, I have the best and the brightest who really understand their area. There is no such thing as being an expert in every single area. You've got to, stay in your wheelhouse. And when I'm feeling that there's somebody more capable in my wheelhouse, I reach out to those people because I think you're doing people a disservice. If you're moving into an area that you're not intimately familiar with, that you don't eat, live, and breathe. And that's how I've developed my team. I've got an incredible group of folks around me, and that's the name of the game. It's not who I am. It's the team that I've and the people in our communities who support the initiatives and open up and embrace and take people in to show them around and help them make the decision.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It sounds like you've all got it set up over there. So what's next for Nancy? What are your goals moving forwards?
So my goal is to continue to be that resource, to continue to maintain a boutique community and to grow and evolve a referral business. I've just recently launched a referral business. I have a number of friends and colleagues who have decided that they want to spend a whole lot more time traveling and a whole lot less time working. And some of the best and brightest realtors who want to be able to jump on that cruise and make that European trip. So they are now moving to the referral, where they can refer friends and relatives and be able to make a referral commission and enjoy their lives. And those who have wanted to get involved in one way or another, I have a homeowner who I think I've sold 3 of her homes now, and I'm now selling her son's home, and he's purchasing a new home as well. So she has gotten a real estate license. She wants to get involved, and she's amazing at staging. So she is going to be working with me to develop the staging portion. So that's another resource that I can offer my customers. And that's what I'm looking to do, is to continue to evolve, to be able to add more services, to be able to broaden the scope of making moving less stressful. Do you know that moving is number 3 in stressors, right below death of a family member and
Crazy.
serious illness? So it is extremely stressful. So anything that I can do to take some of that off of my customers and to have resources to help them through those big stressors, then the more effective that my services will be. So that's my goal,
Beautiful.
to continue to evolve and to continue and grow, not in size, but in resources.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So our last question is always the same on here, because here at Icons, we're not just a podcast. We are the #1 real estate podcast network, and we are passionate about making podcasting accessible to everybody within the real estate business. So, for example, if you had your own podcast, Nancy, what would you call it?
I would call it Live Your Best Life.
Oh, love that. And as you can, down there in Central Florida. So
Yes,
if the listeners would like their ears are pricked up about some of these communities and would like to know more, how do they get in touch with you?
Very easy. I am one of those realtors who actually answers her phone. So if you're comfortable with that, please connect 407-496-7026 or text, or certainly you may email me at nancy@communitylrealty.com. So I will respond to the extent you want. I won't get your name and drive you crazy with phone calls. I'll respond to your wants and needs. I've got a lot of information that I can send you to begin the exploration. I am available to answer questions, and however you're comfortable communicating.
Nancy, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I love what you're
Karen,
doing. And
thank
to the
you.
listeners, we'll be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate podcast. Bye for now.
Excellent. Bye-bye.